car.
Oh!
Uh-oh. Is it
Look
hitting
at
you?
that.
Brutal. Did you get a bus here? Oh my god, look at us. Look how close we are here. That car is stuck.
500. See how tiny that car is? That's the one that the new Fiat 500 is based on. The new one is like a real car, but it's still small. The one they're selling in the
What they do is cleaning up
There's not much going on. One car is enough sometimes.
For what you got wind help, yeah.
I love it. You're like,
Come on, go.
Italians are very, very limited reverse, you know. Half a meter maximum. Okay, let's go on. So we're able to get out of here. Let's run over also the sweeping truck.
oh my god.
Bravo! I'll hit everybody.
Oh, I would survive.
I mean, either they'll put me in jail, just like a Madden. Bring me back to you.
And hopefully we'll be able to get there. Now please, before we get there to the Vatican, we try the radios, the headset that I gave you. You have to plug in the earpiece on top of the radio.
Oh, now you can tell everybody you moved the world. You see how strong they are? Didn't believe they could move it, right? See, you did it. For starting, wasn't it? Okay, the smaller globe is our Earth. The meaning is if you don't stop with the information going to devour the guards can do it. Otherwise everybody starts playing with it. Andiamo, shall we go? Andiamo. How to speak Italian, bene and enjoy the people who are still waiting to go into the church. Look at this, yes, ole, we did it. It's their problem now, look at this. Look how many people. I didn't tell you before, but the piazza has a capacity of 300,000 standing people. 300,000. So it is rather busy when it's really crowded. We are now following the border. Remember that we are in Italy now, and the Vatican is to the right. So the white line on the ground is the official border between Italy and the Vatican. Of course, you don't show your passports, no documents, but you know that this is the border. And the colonnade to the right is, of course, part of their, it's the only part in the Vatican where you don't have walls, but you have only these columns. And soon to the right, maybe they have taken off the blue cape, and you will see the uniform of the Swiss guards. Much nicer. Oh, there they are, you see? See, now it doesn't have the blue cape on, so you see how fancy those uniforms are. Okay, Swiss guards. What does it mean? They must be Swiss citizens. Italians are not allowed to be the private guards of the Pope. And the reason is not because the Italians are always late and the Swiss are always on time, which is very, very true. But the reason is because the Swiss were the only faithful people to the Pope. 500 years ago, the Pope had a lot of mercenary soldiers fighting for him. And the city was invaded by the troops of an emperor. The Pope was afraid of being killed, so he ran to the fortress called the Castel Sant'Angelo, the Holy Angel Castle, thinking that all his guards were protecting him. In reality, all of them abandoned him. The only ones who didn't were the Swiss who died to protect the Pope. So when the danger was over and the Pope saw that only the Swiss had given their lives for him, he wanted to thank them forever by appointing them as his own private guards. So ever since 1527, only Swiss can be the guards. They must be Catholics, of course. They must be young, single, tall. Generally speaking, they're also good looking. And minimum requested age is to start with is 19, maximum is 34. Minimum term of service 2 years, the maximum 19. Most of them give up. 2 years is the maximum they do, because they are under a very strict military discipline. They cannot get out at night, only 3 times a week. But like Cinderella, they have to be back in the Vatican by midnight. So it's no fun for a young person. There is a castle to the left, which is one of our most famous landmarks. It's funny how all our famous landmarks in Rome are round. La Cupola, the dome of St. Peter's Basilica, the Castle Sant'Angelo, the Colosseum, and the Pantheon. These are our 4 round buildings. And the Castle Sant'Angelo to the left, you see the bottom part looks different from the upper part, because the bottom part is 1800 years old. It was the tomb, the mausoleum of the Emperor Hadrian. Remember the one who built the walls in England? He had the place built as a tomb for himself and his family. And the popes, with the fall of the empire, they took advantage of the abandoned building and they used it as a foundation for a castle, which was connected to the apartments of the Pope by means of a secret passageway. It was called the secret, but everybody knew what it was. But the Pope could run inside the passageway anytime he didn't feel safe to live within the Vatican. So now we have crossed the river. You know the river's name? You say Tiber, we say Tevere. T-E-V-E-R-E, Tevere. So now we are on the left bank of the river, and this is where everything is, because the city was founded here